Hi.
I see number one almost every single day. People focus on the price of the car, but not on the maintenance cost. I've seen owners panic when they realize a cheap car needs expensive maintenance, and knowing this beforehand can seem almost impossible. The way to prevent this and understand if there are any problems with the vehicle is through the seller and your own knowledge. If a car is being sold below market price, know that there is a problem. Except for sellers in emergency situations, it is more sensible to buy a car with someone knowledgeable. Burning smells, sweet smells. Drivers ignore these. Open the hood and check if there's a burning smell. What's the condition of the wires? If the engine burned before, there's definitely a smell of that. Don't forget that. Smells are warnings. By the time a sound is heard, the damage has already been done. Modern cars love to talk to you. Lights, messages, warnings. And most drivers do one of two stupid things. They panic, or they completely ignore it. The check engine light comes on, so they Google it. Or worse, they wait for the light to go off. Here's the truth. Dashboard messages are not diagnoses. They are symptoms. That light doesn't tell you what's broken, it tells you something is wrong. I've seen a simple sensor problem lead to a complete engine failure because the driver trusted the message instead of checking the cause. Your dashboard is a messenger, not a mechanic. If you blindly trust it, then you'll pay the price. Tires don't fail suddenly. They warn you first. The car gets a little heavier. The steering becomes a little more unstable. Fuel consumption increases. Most drivers blame the traffic, or the road, or the weather. The problem is the tires. Driving with low pressure doesn't just wear down the tire, it causes it to overheat. I've seen tires separate at highway speeds because the pressure warning was ignored for weeks. You save 5 minutes by not checking your tires. By doing so, you risk everything. Tires are the only thing in contact with the road. Treat them as such, and it's paramount to safety. Checking the correct pressure will only take 5 minutes. Modern engines run fast. That's why people think they're ready instantly. Cold oil is thick. It doesn't protect the engine properly. When you press the gas pedal immediately after starting, metal rubs against metal. You don't hear it, you can't feel it. But every cold start shortens the life of your engine. Make sure you don't move as soon as you press the starter button. I can tell which cars have been rushed. Wear patterns don't lie. 30 seconds of patience can save you years of engine life. Some drivers never fully release the brake pedal, especially in traffic, especially downhill. They think they're being careful, but they aren't. Light pressure, constant heat. Heat warps the brake discs. Heat kills the brake pads. I see this all the time. Brakes wearing out much earlier than they should. Then comes the vibration, noise, expensive repairs. Brakes are designed to be used, not to be dragged and then released. Control the car with awareness, not fear. Pumping the brakes instead of pressing them down will extend the life of the discs and pads. A few drops on the ground. That's what most drivers say. It's probably nothing. I'll check later. And then it never comes. Every fluid in your car has one job: to protect expensive parts. Oil, coolant, brake fluid. When they leak, they don't make a loud noise. They whisper. I've seen engines ruined because a driver ignored a leak smaller than a coin. If you don't want to cause more expense, check for leaks on the ground before you move. The main causes of leaks are loose and worn seals. Leaks don't fix themselves, they just get worse. If your car is leaving marks, it means it needs help. Don't delay. I hear this all the time. I always wait until the warning light comes on. That light isn't a suggestion, it's a final reminder. There's more to your fuel tank than fuel. There's sediment, dirt, tiny particles you've never seen. When your fuel is low, the fuel pump pulls all of that up. The fuel pump acts as a filter. That's true. But are you sure it's filtering everything? Why risk it? This will absolutely damage your engine. Don't assume it's filtering everything. That's a misconception. That pump is cooled by fuel. If you deprive it of fuel, it will overheat. I've replaced fuel pumps that failed prematurely because drivers treated an empty tank as normal. Saving a few minutes at the gas station could cost you repairs later. Cars talk. Not with words, but with sounds. A rattling sound on a turn. A squeaking sound when braking. A knocking sound you pretend not to hear. Most drivers turn on the radio. Problem solved, right? Wrong. Sounds are early warning signs. The cheap stage. The quick fix stage. I've seen a simple bearing noise turn into full suspension damage because someone waited a little longer. I've witnessed a subtle engine noise break the gears and belt and ruin the engine in 3 months of use. If your car starts making a new noise, it's already too late. Silent problems are mercy, loud ones are punishment. That's the most painful part, because it's silently ruining cars. The engine seems to be running well. The car is driving smoothly, so maintenance is postponed. Oil change, later. Filters, next month. Inspection, maybe next year. That's how it starts. Cars don't break down when neglected once. They break down when neglected constantly. I've seen engines die without any warning lights coming on, without any noise, without any problems. Just the sudden appearance of years of neglected maintenance. Your car doesn't need attention when it's screaming. It needs attention when it's silent. My workshop is constantly busy just because of this mistake. I didn't tell you this to scare you. I told you because I see the consequences every day. Every car in this video was in my workshop. Every mistake you just saw belongs to someone who said, "I didn't know, now you know." So tell me in the comments, what mistake do you see yourself making? And be honest, we all make at least one mistake. If this video made you think twice, click the like button. Subscribe if you want less regret and less repair bills. I'm Jack, and I'll see you before your car sees me. Take care of yourself and see you in our next savings video.